What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok, bottom video. And we just gonna get right into it. So I actually recorded this video yesterday, but my dumb ass, my camera was finna die, so I plugged the damn charger in, and when I hit the charger, I accidentally changed modes. So when I changed the mode, it kind of scrambled the damn shit. It scrambled the first part of the video into so I couldn't like edit it and put it in CapCut. But I mean, I guess God ain't me for to do it. So I might give y'all a video on Sunday just because I ain't get y'all 2 videos on Thursday. But this will just be the second video for Friday. So today I will be discussing Cameron going on already. Well, for at least the time being, it is the rant of the year. I mean, because obviously it just started, but the rant was hilarious. So if y'all hadn't seen Cameron and Jim Jones, beefing old nigga shit. Nothing too crazy. Jim Jones just keep talking. Well, that's how Cam's coming off. But Jim Jones, well, shit, that's how it's coming off to me. I ain't gonna lie. If I was just Jim Jones, I ain't gonna lie. After this rant, I don't even know what to say. So I just get into specifics on the rant. It was like a 15-minute rant. So I'm gonna just get into certain points that I thought were very laughable moments. So to begin with, um, that nigga said, this nigga Mace laughing before the ice hole and eating the popcorn. He knew what was going on. He knew that nigga was about to crash out. Like I think that shit is type hilarious. He really knew that nigga was finna crash out. Like so his laugh just made it 10 times funnier, especially when you watch it back in hindsight after knowing what happened. Now, first thing he busts out called Jim Jones is a guardian angel and designer. Um it relates to kind of all the other things he was saying. He wasn't particularly calling Jim soft, but he was also kind of saying that Jim's image ain't exactly what it's giving off for like how he at least how it portrayed to the streets. So I think that's basically where that line was leading to, but he's going to say other lines that kind of imply that as well. So first, next thing he say Jim Jones is from the Bronx and not from Harlem. This made me even think because I was like, obviously not being a New Yorker and I'm a Southerner, I was like, damn, Harlem really not its own borough. But like the way niggas talk about Harlem, you would think that it's its own borough. So I had to ask him, I had to do my research, asking New York. I was like, what borough is Harlem in? It was like Manhattan. I was like, oh, okay. So I ain't know that. So obviously they from two different boroughs. It's a pride thing. You can't be saying you from over here, over there. I mean, I do shit like that, so I get it though. Niggas are prideful of their home. You should be proud of your home. That's where you from. It shapes you as a person. So I get that. Next thing he said, you was a fan, nigga. Anytime a nigga say you was a fan like that, boy, it gotta go up. I ain't gonna lie, cuz. And then when they provide evidence that you was a fan, I really just don't know how you like. Yeah, I know y'all niggas beefing, but I don't know how you like go from here. Like, how do you like return fire on this with all the shit that Cam said? So he called him a fan, nigga. He basically he showed. I mean, Cam references a bunch of freestyles, but he also explains how he basically Jim ain't really come around. He just came around after he like heard about Mason, Cam, and them from word of mouth, and all they mixtapes was popping in the street because they knew he was about to get signed. So he really just came around trying to be just trying to be down. This is Cameron words, obviously, what Cam is saying. And so then what makes it entirely worse about them calling him a fan and then Cam saying them things is Cam tells them that Mace taught Jim Jones how to rap. And then here goes the evidence. Jim Jones has about 4 or 5 interviews that say Mace taught me how to rap. So for you to be saying, for you to be like, oh, Mace taught me how to rap, and for you to get on platforms and like disrespecting the hand that bit you and hitting that bit you, the hand that fed you, kind of fed you. Well, yeah, it fed you because nigga it allowed you to get to a different part in life. So yes, the hand that fed you and your main source of income. So yes, it fed you. It's just weird. It's just a very interesting thing to do. I mean, I feel like anybody would be disrespected like this if it was rap or not. Like if you did something for somebody and they disrespect you like this, you would feel away. So I understand. Um, the funniest thing to me, which is also getting back to what I said about how he's kind of saying Jim don't is not who he really portrays to be in the street, at least, is he say, nigga, you pieced it up with every nigga that put your hands on you. Now, he listed a couple niggas I ain't really know about, but then he said Mandisi's. He said actually shots fired from Mandisi's. Now the thing about Mandisi's being on Love and Hip Hop, like you just, cause that's my first introduction to Mandisi, cause I'm 22 and I'm not from New York. So Mandisi's being on Love and Hip Hop is actually like hilarious, cause then you thinking he on this platform, you was like, man, he ain't like that. And then he go to jail, and then you hear word of mouth, and it's like, oh, this nigga's really like that. And he talking about shots fired. Now, me personally, super me personally, if I got into it with somebody and somehow, some way, guns went off, I don't know if I'm mature enough, to clean that beef up. Now, I will also say now, Jim Jones is going to be 50 next year, so that does play. I will say that does play a role in a lot of this, especially him talking about piecing it up with niggas, cause like at 49, 50, you not finna be running around trying to kill, shoot at niggas no more, especially when you done lived a successful lifestyle and made money and you financially free. You not finna get on you not finna get in that and you just do what you want. It ain't no point in beefing with niggas, so I understand that. But it is funny to hear, like, especially coming from a street nigga perspective, that you did piece it up with every nigga you made up with. He also said that he pieced it up with French Montana. Now, I ain't know him and French was beefing. I mean, it makes sense, but like to somebody my age, it feel a little weird because it just feel like they was all in different areas. It feel like Cameron, he was at his peak, like right when I was born, like '02. I feel like I don't know about. I feel like Jim Jones records. I heard his shit. He didn't get to his peak to like '06, '07, '08 around that time, and it feel like French Montana ain't really get to his feet ain't get super wet until like I was getting to middle school down there like 2012, 2013 type time. So it just feel like they all from different times of music. So it's interesting to hear them like all like collide, but. The funny thing about what they said about French Montana, so I ain't even know French Montana had a movie, but I guess French Montana's having a movie or some type of documentary about his life. And obviously it's a part of your life, so he got to spare all the details. And they got a part of him dissing Jim Jones in it because them niggas was at odds once. Now, again, me personally, I don't think, I can see, okay, I think I'm mature enough to understand that yes, you probably dissing me in the movie because you're doing a biography of your life. So this was a part of your biography because at one point we was at odds and we did decide to piece it up. So I can understand that. But I don't think if I could be at the premiere and, just be laughing it off if a nigga was dissing me in the movie. Like I hope personally that French was man enough to go to Jim and be like, hey, we finna be dissing you in this. Like, I know we done piece it up and we good now, but like, at one point we was at odds and we might be dissing you in the movie because this is a biography of my life and I want to tell the true story, and the whole story. So they might have had that conversation and Jim was like, nah, it ain't nothing. I still come and support my guy. So I can respect that. Like I said, that could also be the age thing. Me personally though, don't think I got the maturity to. I probably have the maturity to understand, but I'm not coming to premiere where a nigga you fucking looking up there, they dish your ass on the move and then everybody in the audience turn to you. Man, hell no, I'm not going for that. I can't do it. But like I said, different strokes, different folks. Pause. The next thing he said, he talked about him trying to press Mano. Mano, tell me what do you see? All right. But basically, like, Mano wasn't going for that, but that wasn't really that important. He just kind of fed into the narrative that Cam was already creating anyway. So that one really, it didn't about him piecing up, because then after that, he said, oh, now y'all niggas the lobby boys. And I ain't know them niggas, I ain't know they had a duo name, but I mean, that interaction, how he said Mano and Jams interacted, that's not too crazy to me because you at least from like civilian stuff, you do hear normal New Yorkers getting into it like that and then becoming friends after that because them niggas are just naturally aggressive people and they don't talk the nicest way. So I can kind of see that blowing over and not being that serious. So to shoot Jim some bail, but. Next, we getting almost to that. Then Jim, he addressed Jim saying that Cam let him get jumped in the Rutgers. Now I will say this, the way Cam, because Cam was like, I'm gonna let niggas tell the story how they want to tell it. I'm not gonna lie, the way he was answering, like moving around that little part of the story, I do feel like he might at least do the niggas who go try to jump at Jim and didn't really do much about it. But I mean, it's 20 years of hindsight. He really was trying to. He addressed that part. He was like, he gonna let niggas tell the story. But the really part of that he was addressing is him talking about some nigga named CC's, like, saying he punched Cam, and Cam was like, that never happened. But that's not really what we here for. We talking about him and Jim Jones. So the part of him getting jumped, I ain't gonna lie. If I was Jim and the nigga answered it like that, I would have been side-eyeing. Like, nigga, you sure you ain't let me get jumped? And then next thing he said about how Jim ran on him when BMF pulled up. And he said that nigga, they chased Jim all the way to the damn beach. He said that nigga was out there swimming. now, he said he cool with BMF now, but he said nigga, I mean, okay, from a civilian perspective, it's like, yeah, nigga, run to survive. But like I said, we are not talking about people who present themselves as civilians and all that. They present themselves as in the streets and stuff. So that's what he did is frowned upon when you live in that lifestyle. Let me say that. So it makes this why it just feeds into the narrative of, like I said again, of Cam saying Jim is not exactly who he portrayed to be or how he was out here living. Like I said, I won't hear no there. I'm just here addressing it because Cam's hilarious. And then really the last point he got into it because he got into a little couple minute rant around this, but it was about some niggas. I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't niggas I knew a lot about. I'm gonna keep it hot. But basically he was just getting into that people that he sent niggas on dummy missions that end up getting them in jail. So he talked about Max B. Y'all know Max B got 70 years. He talked about somebody who's godson who got 8 years. He talked about another nigga getting 10 years. So I didn't know this. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't very well versed on Jim Jones before this. Obviously I heard a couple songs, who hasn't. But so I can't confirm nor deny that he's sending niggas to jail. But I will say though, if you have this many niggas around you that you was close to that have went to jail for long periods of time, and you've never went to jail for a long period of time, or at least some type of time, or like at least got accused of something and beat the case or something like that, that is fishy. I will say if I was one of his homeboys, I'd be like, what's up with that? Because it's like either like you feel like the nigga telling, or it's like nigga like can't say you sending us on dummy missions knowing what's finna happen. So I don't know. I don't know how Jim particularly responds to this. I don't know how he goes about this because I ain't gonna lie, Cam got his ass on this one. And a lot of this shit I just feel like if you get to addressing it, it's just like it's like I said, like a lot of this shit you address it, you really trying to like present yourself as a street dude. And like at this age, do you care to super present yourself as you still in the streets? I mean, I don't know about. I thought it was something out there. Sure, my fault. But I don't know about me personally. If I was that age, I would be over with. I mean, I wouldn't even be in no beef with no another nigga that I knew when I was younger. But at this age, I just don't know how he gonna respond to this. You feel me? Cam got off on that nigga though. So pause. Like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok, bottom of the video, and we out.